G'day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. So in this video we are going to take a look at which super attacks we can farm and how many Kais we can get during the current worldwide celebration. I'm not going to be including the Videl events and the Majin Buu Saga events that were added in with the Videl campaign, so we'll just start with this event here, the Emperor's Intentions. So this event drops a Zarbon from stage 2. There are currently no farmable Zarbons that you can utilize this unit for. Then if we go back, we will find that the Legend of the Super Saiyan event, which is the other new event that's been added in, drops a Goku from stage 3. This is a SSR base form Goku, so this Goku is a 50% chance for multiple Gokus. You will see if we go look for which Gokus he can be used for. There are plenty of them, ranging from the Int LR God Goku and the Strength Namek Goku. If you go down further, you'll also see units like the Transforming Goku and the Tech SS3 Goku, but pretty much any Goku that is a base form with no other alterations to their name can be utilized with this card, so you can definitely raise plenty of SA using this event. Now if we return, we will go through the Bardock events. Obviously not going to touch Videl's flying technique as we touched that previously, but the Team Bardock event. Now none of these units are really useful except for Bardock himself. Bardock will drop from the stage if you manage to fight one of the additional enemies that can pop up at the end of the stage, and Bardock can be used for the AGL SSR Bardock and the physical LR Bardock. He will be a 50% chance for both unless you decide to awaken him further. He can also be used for the AGL Bardock, but that unit is relatively old, so I don't know how much value you're going to get out of him. But you can use him to raise multiple SAs. The Ginyu Force is not necessarily that useful, and the Ultimate Final Battle is not necessarily an event we want to touch on again, but there's an alternative base form Goku who turns into an SS3 Goku you can use, along with a Hercule you can use for the Hercule LR. Then we have the Zero Mortals Plan event, which drops a Zamasu from stage 2. That's this Zamasu here, the strength one, and you can use him to awaken the AGL Zamasu and the Int Zamasu along with the strength Zamasu TURs. So he will be a 50% chance for all of those unless you decide to awaken him further. Awaken him further and he becomes Goku Black Zamasu, and you're unable to use him to raise any other cards SAs. Then if we take a look at the Fight Against Despair event, you will see that there are quite a few options here, so we'll touch on all of them. Obviously the Future Gohan is a good option, and the Trunks as well, because they awaken into alternate versions of themselves, but we'll start with the androids as this is the least complex. In terms of the androids, these cards only really have one option. That is because these are an Android 18 and 17 future, which means that they can only be used for the physical and AGL reciprocating TURs. You cannot use them for units like MVP 17 or any other Android 18 because they have future in their base name. Now if we go across to look at Gohan, you will see that there are a couple options for Future Gohan. First, you simply awaken Gohan to his SSR state and he'll be a 50% Kai for the Int Gohan Future. Not only being content with being a Kai for one of those good cards, he will also awaken into a Super Saiyan Gohan Future, which is a full Kai, a 100% Kai, for the physical Future Gohan and the tech Future Gohan. So he is a really good farming option. He's a little bit more grind, but he's definitely got a couple options there, especially the Int one. In terms of Trunks, the base form of this Trunks is not that great. There are not many Trunks Youth Future cards around, at least not any that are worth farming. However, when he Dokkan awakens into Super Saiyan Trunks Future, and he can be used on plenty of units like this strength unit. He can be used on the Int Superclass lead one that got an easy A. He can be used on plenty of units, the AGL one that turns into Trunks and Mai. So there are a lot of options to farm with this Trunks. It just depends on how into a grind you are, because it is actually quite a process to get this Trunks done. and you need to follow through with that if you want to finish the essay. Fortunately, by him Dokkan awakening, he does become 100% Kai, as long as those units are not Dokkan awakened themselves. Then the Ultimate Confrontation, the Cell Games, drops another base form Goku that we can use. He turns into a Goku and Gohan Super Saiyan card, so he's not useful for anything else, but he's a solid alternative for a base form Goku. Then we come across to the next event, which is Emerge Mysterious Monster Cell, and very similarly it drops a base form Vegeta. Now, base form Vegeta is a unit we can use, not base form baguettes, those are small donuts, but base form Vegeta is a unit we can definitely use. There are certain variations like Angel and GT, but for the most part, any Vegeta you see like this one, the Scouter Vegeta for example, the physical Scouter Vegeta, the transforming Vegeta, these units are all able to be used with this Vegeta. You can raise all their essays. This is quite a few Vegetas, and he's even a good alternative if you're struggling with the prime battle copies of Vegeta himself. So this is a really nice Vegeta for them to bring out, and really helps us with farming our baseline Vegeta units. So that being said, we can move on to the next event. So obviously you can see right now we have a lot of SA we can farm, and we're just gonna get even deeper. So here in this event we do have a base form Goku as well, but the perks of this base form Goku is that he Dokkan awakens into a Super Saiyan Goku. Now, Dokkan awakening into a Super Saiyan Goku makes him 100% Kai for not only the Strength Super Saiyan Goku that recently got his Dokkan awakening, but also the LR Super Saiyan Goku. So this is a very important pickup if you're looking for options to save on Kais for the LR Goku. There are some solid alternatives to this unit, which I will go through later, but he is one of the options that you can utilize in raising the SA of Super Saiyan Goku cards. You just need to be careful because there's a lot of variations. There's Super Saiyan 2 Goku, Super Saiyan Angel Goku, Super Saiyan Kaioken Gokus, and there's just a lot of Gokus that have a lot of different variations in their names. So you just need to be a little bit careful when you are trying to find which Goku you are going to awaken the SA of. But even units like this tech one that turns into a God Goku all can be raised with the Super Saiyan Goku. Now that we have finished that one, we are nearing the end of the event list. The second form Final Frieza, there is no second form Final Frieza. Not even going to pull up the event information because there is no farmable second form Final Frieza. There's only this second form Frieza, the physical one, the free to play one from that event, and there is one that turns into a golden Frieza, so not really necessary. That unit is trash anyway, and not really worth your time. The next event that we have on the list is the unknown battle between gods and demons. I covered that event in the Videl run up, so I won't cover it here, but it can drop West Kais, which will help you, and Supreme Kais. Then we have Bardock here, so two options here, an alternative for Bardock, which is great, and a Frieza first form. So the most important one being the Frieza first form here. The Frieza does start as an SR, you will see that down below. He starts as an SR but can be awakened to an SSR quite easily, and that makes him very useful for the Tech first form Frieza, and also as an alternative for the Prime Battle first form Frieza, if you're looking for alternative ways to raise the SA there. In terms of Bardock, Bardock is also a solid alternative if you raise him to SSR state over the Bardock from the Bardock event, the Team Bardock event. The next event is this one. It drops a copy of Piccolo. Great for many reasons. One, because they never bothered to change many Piccolo names, so he's useful to raise the SA of the new Tech Piccolo Namek support, the physical transforming Piccolo, the strength AoE Piccolo, the physical master and bond of unit disciple Piccolo, the int LR World Tournament Piccolo, the int Universe 7 Piccolo. He can be used for so many damn Piccolos, it's not even a joke. So just go out there and farm your little green man till the end of time, because yeah, basically they just gave up and you can use them to farm any Piccolo. So any Piccolo worth your time, you go and farm him. Next is the Lord Slug event, which drops a Lord Slug from stage 2 and a Goku Kaioken from stage 4. The Goku Kaioken coming in handy, and the Lord Slug. The Lord Slug only has one unit you can use him for, the physical giant form alternative lead, and you can also use the Goku for any Goku Kaioken, the most notable one being the tech one that got an easy A. That Goku being here, very solid unit, and with his easy A he is really good, so I definitely suggest that you take that Goku Kaioken and use him to raise his SA. That being said, there's some other Goku Kaiokens you could use him for, but really that tech one is kind of the only one that I would say is prime to be used, or at least from my perspective. Then the next one is a Goku Angel. There's not a lot of Goku Angels out there in the game, so there's no real need to farm this unit. He becomes a Super Saiyan Goku Angel, which is also again not necessarily the most needed unit. We do have a SS2 Goku Angel, but we cannot use this Goku for that unit. So yeah, there's pretty much no real reason to farm this unit from what I can see. No unit that springs to my mind that's someone you're going to want to farm or fill out with this unit, and no unit that Dokkan awakens from a Goku Angel. So definitely not that big a deal right now. So yeah, in terms of options, that event doesn't really give us too much, but it does drop some decent training items, so take a look there if you need. Then the battle for Planet Namek. Apart from being required for prime battles, along with some of the other events that we've mentioned, this does drop a Gohan Kid. Gohan Kid is the youth version of Gohan, but not with his cool edgy Namek haircut. It's with his pretty lame ass bowl haircut. That's kind of how you can tell. Yeah, you can see they're literally both from Namek. Literally doesn't matter. So the bowl cut Gohan, you can raise the int and the tech version with this version. Pretty good. Starts as an SSR, so automatic 50% chance. And yeah, both are kind of worth it, so definitely something you should do. Then we have two final events. We have the Low Pride Warrior Raditz. One main unit here to raise with this, the tech one. That's pretty much it. Nothing else of note. And then of course we have the Goku and Friends event, where it drops a Gotenks and it drops a Tarbell. So Goku and Friends are back. This was a TV special, I believe, but stage 2 drops Tarbell, stage 4 drops Gotenks. Tarbell, not useful at all. There are no decent Tarbells in the game yet, barring him as a free-to-play option. And then Gotenks, we have the ability to raise the int Gotenks with them, which is good enough already out the bat. But you can also raise the SA of the Strength and the AGL ones respectfully. It's just going to depend on what you have at the time, but definitely the int Gotenks is well worth it, because, you know, he's kind of basically the only unit that you should really bother with. Then from the Super Saiyan, or the Saiyan Warrior race I should say, a Napa drops. Napa starts as an SR from stage 7, but you can awaken him to an SSR state, and he is good as a SA option for the LR Napa that turns into LR Napa and Vegeta. So that pretty much covers all of the story events. We will then move across for some honorable mentions in the growth events. So in terms of growth events, there's only really one event to highlight here, that being the Epic Showdown event. You can get a Goku that you can awaken quite easily into a Super Saiyan Goku from his first awakening, and he'll be a 50% chance for the LR Namek Goku especially, so that's something that you should highlight there. And then of course we can take a look at things like the Emperor of the Universe event, since it's up the entire time. This event drops a first form Frieza in the first stage. He starts as an SR, but he can be awakened to an SSR state, which makes him a 50% chance for all Frieza first forms. Not only that, but you can further awaken him into a final form state quite easily, and that makes him a SA fodder for plenty of final form Friezas. The most notable being the AGL Frieza from the Planet Namek saga, and then of course the Strength Frieza. But there are a couple Friezas you won't be able to raise, any Friezas that have an Angel like that one, but otherwise there are plenty of final form freezers for you to raise the SA of with this int one. So a super solid option overall if you're looking at raising the SA of a couple units. Right, but that being said, that's pretty much it in terms of the events. There's nothing too much more to cover from that aspect. In the challenge, there are 2 prime battle events currently up permanently. They are the Goku event, which will drop a alternative Super Saiyan Goku for you to use for all Super Saiyan Gokus, and from the Frieza event, a alternative first form Frieza. Both are SSR, both will be a 50% chance for any of the first form and Super Saiyan, well, first form Friezas and Super Saiyan Gokus respectfully. So that's pretty much it in terms of the farming. We will just quickly look over the possible Kais that you can earn from the events. There are currently only really 2 currency events up. The most fearsome Martian event, which drops gourmet chocolate, and well, the other event being the Goku and Friends event. Now, the fearsome Martian event I did cover under the Videl, but I will just highlight that you can earn currency from it. I don't suggest it right now, there's plenty of other better things to do with your time, but the Gokus and Friends from stage 1 also drops radishes. If you go to the Bubba shop, under the treasure tab, you will see a section for chocolate. There you can buy 2 Kais. I already have because I farmed this event while I was up during the Videl campaign. And then you will also find the radishes, and you can trade those in for 2 more Kais. So those are Elder Kais. They can be used for anyone. But yeah, that's it from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments down below if you need to farm the SA of anyone else. But until then, cheers and bye.